You know, this is not bad.
So you are awake.
This is not bad at all. Luckily in here I will not be as cold as you.
Wow, that's great. I'm really happy for you.
It may help to know I am still cold. Remember, I am more delicate than you.
Jeez.
Look, stew.
What?
It looks just like the burnt part of a stew. You say there is a variety of high-proof alcohol to be found in Lenos?
That's right. And they should have plenty on hand in case we get stranded by the snow.
Then I hope it starts snowing harder.
Of course you do. There's just one thing. Lenos is widely known for its fur trade.
Mm-hmm.
They might sell wolf fur. Promise me you won't get upset.
Do you know that I am often hunted by wolves? And I am known to sometimes hunt rats. What I mean is that hunting and being hunted is quite normal to me. Why would I become upset? If you think about it, though, humans are the incomprehensible ones. After all, you trade your own people, do you not?
Are you talking about slave traders? It's a profitable and very necessary trade.
Do you see how you do not hesitate to speak of this slavery? Well, I share a similar indifference to hunters. However, you get anxious around male hunters, do you not? Especially when they are hunting me.
Yeah, I suppose I do. I get kind of panicky.
With more feeling.
I get panicky.
And why do you?
I'd rather not say.
Because you are embarrassed?
What do you think? Looks like they're in the same line of work. I think we still have a little while to go before we get into town, though.
All of these people, are they what you would call a market for believers?
We'd be gathered outside a church if that were the case. But it does seem kind of odd to be setting up shop right outside the town walls.
I most certainly do not believe they are doing business.
The good news is the gates are still open. That means whatever this is, it isn't a political thing.
Apparently, excitement always follows us.
Which isn't exactly a good thing.
Why are you making that face? For your information, I'm quite aware that you've been put through extraordinary distress after extraordinary distress since we began traveling together. However, I do hope you will remember none of the trouble we experienced was my fault. The first, for example. Well, yes, I do suppose that was partially my fault. But if you were not so greedy, it would never have been an issue. The following disaster was due solely to your extensive greed. After that, you panicked and can only blame your failure on yourself. Am I wrong?
I can see that the words you're saying make sense, but still.
Still what?
I'm just not entirely convinced. You may not be the direct cause, but you are most definitely the common denominator.
It is far too easy for you to avoid the obvious conclusion.
What does that mean?
You only ever consider the way in which you make a decision when contemplating my choices. That is why you are always convinced you are being fooled by me.
That is not true.
Of course. You must say face.
Shut up.
I think this means you admit it.
I'm not admitting anything.
Well, no, of course not. I would like stew.
That does sound good. It's cold enough for it. We'll have to check up on the price. When it comes to the cream used to make it, I would much rather have the really thick kind, you know, the kind they use to make butter.
Yes, that sounds perfect. Do you know the scent of milk to me quite frequently surpasses that of alcohol?
Oh, yeah? Well, in that case, you should try putting it on some seasonal vegetables.
Cream mixed with vegetables. Why waste space with vegetables when there could be so much meat mixed with that tasty cream? Oh, my mouth is watering.
True, although some people can't stand the thought of it.
Well, I haven't eaten it in several hundred years, so what do I know?
I'll have to discuss it with my wallet first.
This is your foreign merchant identification tablet. We hand them out to traveling merchants that pass through town. In order to conduct business, it's imperative that you have one. You only get one, so don't lose it.
What is this? Everyone has cheap wool fur these days.
I do not assume I am better than or superior to anyone else. Although I would imagine that trait is common among every species, even though it means nothing in particular.
Right, okay.
Between a weak member of a superior species and a superior member of a weak species, the latter will always be respected more.
Okay. That's true. If you think about a noble without fame or fortune, he's really only a noble in name. On the other hand, a commoner who does have fame and fortune is going to be respected more every single time. Why aren't you more excited? I'm agreeing with you here.
Are you checking in? You have goods to store?
Yes, there are two of us. Would you rather stay with me or go on ahead up to the room?
I'm cold, so I would prefer to warm up in the room.
All right, suit yourself then. I'll go ahead and put him in the stable. You go in and deal with the room. You should ask the owner for a warm one and see what happens. Be gentle with him, all right?
Third floor, closest to the window.
Third floor. Thank you.
Closest to the window.
You have a wonderful tail. Doesn't look cheap in the slightest. I'll see about drying the clothes now. After that, we'll go get you some stew. Foreign merchant identification tablet. I've never seen something like this before. Oh no, this is not good. Sorry.
What is the matter? Do not tell me you are not hungry.
I'll go tend to the fur on my face. If I'm lucky, maybe it'll sell for a good price.
I believe the price of your fur to be much too high already. In fact, I doubt you will ever find a buyer.
Huh?
No one has purchased it from you yet, have they?
Not yet. Oh, please excuse me.
So, what are you off to do now?
Well, my priority is to find out more information on your hometown.
Legends about me, yoits, and whatnot.
All of that, especially the whatnot part. So, we'll look for chronicle writers.
You can be in charge of that. You seem to know more about my stories than I do. Is something the matter?
No, I'm just well aware of how you work. Come on, tell me what you know. So there's this old saying, those who know how things work will find work, and their employer will never forget why they were chosen for work.
That does make sense. I imagine this saying is why you always work so hard. Am I right about that?
There's truth in everything, especially old sayings.
If I were your employer, Lawrence, I would give you a reward.
Is that so?
Take the hint. Well, is there anything specific that you desire?
Not especially. Does it count if all I want is for you to be happy?
I do not appreciate being treated like a child.
Children will behave if you scold them, so you're worse than a child. Ready? Let's go talk to that old innkeeper first. Somehow those guys know everything. Are you coming or not?
Yes. You should be more careful or you'll end up in trouble. If I decide to clap now, do you think the spell I cast on you would be dispelled?
Huck, what am I doing here? Oh, I remember now. I'm in a town called Lenos, which is famous for its fur. I shall purchase some of this fur and move on to the next town.
I have wonderful news for you, O traveling merchant from afar. I am blessed with a rare and exceptional ability to determine a fur's quality.
Well, you must certainly have good eyes, then. However, how do your eyes fare when you're dealing with people?
I do not know. Unfortunately, I have been cursed with the dark magic.
In that case, I should probably not clap my hands to make sure the magic remains effective.
I already clapped once.
Does that mean this magic of yours is wearing off?
Yes. If you could cast another one on me, I would be very much appreciative.
Consider yourself under my spell. Come on, let's go. Ouch! You see, my magic has clearly overpowered you.
I think you are too powerful. Very foolish. What must I do to get you to lose your composure again?
We'll see. If you'd stop teasing me, maybe I'd have the chance, you think?
I am probably wrong, but I think your quips are getting faster.
Oh, thanks.
You do know I was not at all trying to compliment you. Have you been taking remedial wit lessons?
No, actually, it just kind of came to me.
Well, then there is hope for you after all.
What?
I was trying to stop teasing you. You like? Now what could be wrong? See how you lie? You, sir, are desperate for me to tease you. I still believe you to be adorable.
Chronicle riders, you say?
Yes. Anyone who knows legends from various towns would be fine, though.
I happen to know a man called Rigoro, and he happens to be a chronicle rider, too. Unfortunately, he's involved in the 50-man meeting. I don't think he'll have time for you.
What's the 50-man meeting?
Didn't you see it when you were entering the town?
I think I did. There were a group of people who looked like merchants gathered together. Was that the meeting you're talking about? So, obviously there's some kind of complaint in this town?
Yeah, it's about the fur.
About fur?
Rigoro is the secretary of that meeting. However, there is someone else who knows legends and old stories. Ota, the old fur tanner, knew a lot about that kind of thing, but...
Is there anyone else?
Anyone else? Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, there is the old man of the rattan firm. Wait, 2 years ago we had a really hot summer and he died. How sad, don't you think? It's a shame when our storytellers go because the memories die with them. All we have left are what's written down.
So, in other words, we should probably meet with Rigoro himself so we can see the written records.
Probably, yeah. Time can turn even stone buildings into dust. Our memories don't stand a chance. It's frightening if you think about it.
Hey, let's go get some food.
You do know the way to my heart, don't you?
Excuse me.
We are not as surprising as all that, are we?
Do you think he knows you're not human? Uh-oh.
I did not get that impression at all. I think 'tis more likely that girl was simply overcome by my stunning beauty. It would not be the first time.
Doubtful. That girl? She's a woman?
You dare to gawk at another woman while you were with me? What are you planning?
I don't think I like it when you're that direct. You're much more attractive when you show how you feel with your attitude.
I have found that type of subtlety does not quite get through your thick skull.
So, what is it you want to do?
Do you think it will be too difficult for us to speak to that person in the meeting?
His name is Rigoro. If he really is the secretary, we might not be able to. But I guess it depends on what the meeting's about.
I can tell by your expression you are dying to know the answer to that little question.
You're wrong. I'm not at all.
So now, you will play a pretend game. While acting as if you do not care, you will tinker around until it ends.
I cannot escape the wolf girl's wisdom. If you must know, I really am curious about what's going on in this town. Not only that, but...
You would not mind making a profit.
They gave me this wooden tablet. It kind of makes me suspicious of this place.
Be careful, though. You do not want to get in too deep.
Whatever do you mean?
You never listen.
Before we do anything else, why don't we tour the town? All right, my princess?
Yes, I suppose so.
Consider your prince delighted.
What will I do with you? Do you know I cannot remember if I have been here before? Perhaps the town has changed too much for me to recognize.
We should go to the port.
The port?
I heard shipments by boats from Main Street now, which could spell adventure.
Oh, did you say boats?
Yep, boats.